Hi, I'm Rob and it is Guild Wars. We have Divinion field teams to use today in these battles, so hopefully might show a couple or three good teams at the same time. But I do actually change my team depending upon who I'm fighting. I have a basic generic kind of attack team and the way I go about it. But Guild Wars is not only about attacking the enemy team. If you want to do well, you sometimes need to counter the opponent. Quite often the opponent will have a particular strength, something really, really good in their team, which if you can counter that, may stop them in their tracks. That is the hope anyway. Really weird thing though, like this Guild Wars medallion. No option to actually buy it, don't quite get why. But anyway, let's take a look at the team. We're up against Assonance. Thank you, Guild Wars. I mean, I know it's only the second one, but if you don't know, Assonance, like, they used to anyway, take Guild Wars really, really seriously. They were always the #1 ranked team in Guild Wars. So regardless of what the rankings say right now, it's pretty safe to say we're fighting the #1 Guild Wars team today. So yeah, I'll be very pleased to come out of this 5-0, especially with the limited options we've got really on Divinion Fields teams. So the gate should be fairly straightforward. If I lose this one, I'll quit. Explode a column, gain 11 life. If any enemy is cursed, create 8 yellow giant gems. It does have that stunning curse though. Curse and stun when enemies deal skull damage to me, which is interesting. And Mecha Mare converts all red to green, yellow to brown. Cuts yellow to brown, but it doesn't use brown. So it's like one of those just random easy win teams. If you struggle with the other battles, you know, you can always come back to the gate and get some easy wins. Right, this should be straightforward. So this is like a good all-round general attack team. Not always going to be in Geomancer. We'll switch to Elementalist class when things get tougher. But a team like this, very good for just all-out attack against a team where you feel like you can't really use. What is important in Guild Wars, though, is to actually counter the opponent sometimes. It's not all about all-out attack. Sometimes the enemy will be set up in a way that can make them extremely dangerous right off the bat, and it's actually quite important to try and counter the opponent sometimes, or have a cleanse in your team, for example, if the enemy was using Elementalist class and had a couple of empowered troops which convert colours at the beginning and they can get you entangled, stunned, frozen, all the rest of it, then it's important to employ a cleanse into the team and things like that. So we'll start with this one though. Centurion, 10% chance to devour a random enemy with a plus 10% chance for each wild card, then convert all skulls to ×2 wild cards. Really, really good. You like Centurion. The World Breaker, heavy on mana but heavy on damage as well, and explosions of gems which can charge up the team again and do damage to all. Really, really good. And gain 5 to a random skill on 4 to 5 gem matches. Broken Star, going to go with this as a mana generator and a summon if we need it, as well as those status effects. Really, really handy. A few good weapons for this. And the Katori King, giving ourselves a 50% start on mana for our Centaur allies and do damage to 3 random enemies and create 3 to 6 ×3 wild cards. So yeah, pretty good. Should be pretty safe in this. Starting off in with a banner of a +2 red, +1 brown, -1 purple, because we don't use purple for this. And just going in Geomancer class, because it's a straightforward battle, this one. Start with 50% as well, and it's just nice to have little things like that rock solid, gain a barrier when matching brown gems. I know we get that in the Elementalist class, but we don't really need it, and that 50% mana start means things should get done pretty quickly. So let's do this first battle. Pretty much everyone's guaranteed a win in Guild Wars with the gate there, even if you're a newer player to the game. Should we do? We don't really have alignment on skulls with Centurion because it does that convert all skulls to wild cards. You're looking for effectively a 4 match, but we're up anyway, and that will be a very straightforward first battle. Right, battle 2, I've got either the Glade or the Pit. So this one, option is Prismatic Orb, Queen Bee, Pan, King Silenus. It's a pretty dangerous team because Queen Bee, if she gets lucky, can just keep on repeating until you are dead, which we don't like. So let's take a look at the other option. Glaceon, Prismatic Orb, Lasher, Megavore, again Elementalist. Glaceon, transforming yellow to blue, red to Doom Skulls, and free to strongest enemy, is a very tough opponent because it reduces damage from skulls by 65% as well. and gains 3 attack when an enemy matches skulls. And Mega Ball is the other main threat here as well. What can happen often is this death below, 8% chance to kill the last enemy on 4 or 5 gem matches. So what I'm thinking here is, like, there's several threats in this team. The main threat is, one of the main threats is Glaceon getting charged up. If he gets to do that and that transform makes some 4 matches, not only can it actually be devastating to our team, but those 4 matches can activate Megavore's Death Below at the same time. So we think, okay, need to get Megavore out of the way pretty quickly. And Glaceon. These other two, not so much a threat on their own, but Prismatic Orb, obviously combined with the other two, the way it can make 4 matches, can charge up Glaceon and activate Megavore's Death Below again. So yeah, a tricky little team, this one. So to counter Elementalist, I'm going to bung in the Star Locket. Destroys gems in an X-shape. Bless a random ally for every yellow gem destroyed. This is a really good counter to Elementalist. If we can get our team blessed, that is effectively making them all impervious, which makes them effectively immune to the effects of Elementalist. And with no natural cleanse in their team, our Elementalist effects will freeze them, hopefully, and all the rest, and hopefully do enough damage to sort them out quickly. So I'm still going to roll with this team, but I've added in that extra cleanse and I've switched to Elementalist class. Yeah, just make sure our banners, etc. are right. That's still good. And Elementalist class, let us, what kind of weapon is that? It is jewelry. Let's make sure this is right. Snap Freeze is good. Insulated is good. Thunder Fist is fine. Don't mind a Dust Storm at the start. That's good. Okay, Rocks, yeah. Right, looks okay. Lightning Strike can be good, but I prefer to control the board a bit more with Elementalist class. Right, and Fortitude. Right, let's dive in. Hopefully the enemy doesn't get any lucky stuff on them 4 matches and stuff like that. Right, so we need to think about stopping things like Glaceon getting charged. Feels like a little bit of a waste taking that kind of thing sometimes, because Glaceon has that 65% skull damage reduction. It'd be nice to actually make a move where we can move that skull downwards as well as benefit from what we get from it. Sort of tempted to take that skull anyway and get a green match at the same time. We'd like to get Centurion going nice and quick though. It's only 67. He can take it. Centurion can take that one on the chin. I think we'll get ourselves a red match, get this stuff rocking and rolling. The AI does like to take the skull hits when they're there. Right, we've got Centurion lined up here. Now we get our first attack with the World Breaker. We'll take these first anyway, just in case it charges up the rest of the team. We are going to explode gems at the same time. Centurion is ready next time anyway. And there's also no alignment on Centurion anyway right now, so let's go for it. I'm going to keep a lookout at the same time, just for this. If we get a good chance to cast this in an X shape and take out 4 yellow gems, we'll keep ourselves safe from their Elementalist effect. But we can't resist this. Look at this. Fantastic for Centurion. Let's see if we can get the rest of them entangled. We're now safe from the skulls. This is not so much a threat anymore. So let's deal with them. Just want to make sure we're not leaving them any 4 matches. Because do not want this Death Below coming out with a few surprises. But we are going to explode the board when you do this, so it's kind of... You're hoping that the game is kind to you in a way. But we have this again. This is going to take out some more enemies. Don't care about that. You can do that all day long. Not bothered. You're entangled, mate. Right, no full alignment on Centurion regarding skulls to a colour. Could do this. 3 of them are below 70. Why not? Let's grab a little bit of that. This game is just about done, so I could maybe cast Centurion if I fancied it, but got to be careful. Don't want this coming out with a surprise. Not going to take anything for granted kind of thing. I think I might take this ×3 wildcard match here on the red. Just being wary of not leaving any 4 matches behind for the enemy. Do not want to be surprised. Right, one more charge of the Wild Breaker and that is it. Just making sure it's not going to be potential to drop down a 4 match, and that is that. That was 174 points for that battle. Right, battle 3. Let's look at our options. The tavern or the scout tower. Always want to go moving forward if you can. Oh, that's a bit nasty. Tesla, if they get to cast back to back, that could be the end of the game in 2 casts. And they've got a chance to charge up quickly because of the prismatic orb. That would have been Wonder Stars, but we'll get switched out for prismatic orb. And Dever are actually very good in this team. Oh, excuse me, in this team. Not so much because of the spell, which is still very good, but that Sanctuary could be really good for this. Barrier and Bless a random ally when matching 4 or more gems, which could happen often with Prismatic Orb. And if it blesses these kind of troops, then things like my Elementalist effect becomes redundant. And that's why I'm still going to use this Star Locket. Every single time I fight an Elementalist team, I'm going to go with either Star Locket or Herdmaster, one or the other. Herdmaster cleanses all allies as well. Trouble with that is, though, as soon as the enemy gets on the 4 match, you're going to get stunned, burnt, frozen, and entangled again, which is why I like Star Locket, because it is a bless. Right, so no, don't like that. Let's have a look at this instead. Okay, I think this is a little bit better to fight against for me. Cat Burglar, not quite sure why that one's there. Dealing damage to the last 2 enemies. If an enemy dies, gain 20 gold and an extra turn. Shadow Hunter. Hard to predict how hard it's going to hit, because it's damage to the strongest enemy boosted by all enemy life. And Uberstate, very dangerous. Deal damage to the 2 weakest enemies boosted by all ally and enemy attack. If one of the enemy dies, then kill the other one. Simple as that. And again, using the Prismatic Orb to try and get charged up. So yeah, I'm going to go with this team again, I think. Still going to use the Star Locket, excuse me, for the cleanse and bless. And hope that I can dish out enough damage quickly with these 2 mainly before they get charged. Yeah. Because even if I go for single target heavy hitters like Sagittarian, then still got to hit these a couple of times each. And there's still like 4 casts, maybe 5 in total. Probably 4. And I still got to do like 4 casts of this overall to take everybody out, give or take. So yeah, I'm going to roll with this team. Same team as last one. Right, so no obvious 4 matches straight away, but I'd like to get my Centurion rocking and rolling as quickly as possible while restricting what their team does. That's an option of red there or there. I'm going to take it this way because we get yellow at the same time. And have we got any alignment on skulls? Nope. Nope, 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 not yet. It's all good. Patience is a virtue, some people say. Looking for any potential cascade, any potential double drops. We can get yellow and purple there, but I don't use purple. I think I will grab some. Let's check my banner. What banner am I using? Oh yeah, +2 red and brown. No red and brown available. I think I will take this green here, just in case I get a skull alignment, which I did. Got to be in it to win it. Still no skull alignments for Centurion. So I think we go about doing something else. In fact, there's none more colours there at all. That is kind of the game, isn't it? Blimey. Wow. Very mean. Looking for something that's going to actually drop down to a red, green or yellow. There's hardly any red on the board. The green is mean. And the yellow is rubbish too, so no alignment on anything. Okay, let's just do that then. Yay! We've got some alignment on this finally. We've got another one there. There's another stun, burn, freeze and entangle. But I'm a little bit worried about their top troop because that is 1 mana away from getting charged. So we'll get charged next round, and it hasn't been affected by the elementalist effect yet. Let's chuck out some damage. We've got an extra turn. Happy days. We've got this again for Centurion. Let's take this. Well, that's everybody stunned, burnt, frozen and entangled now, which is good. No further matches on Centurion. The reason why I'm looking at Centurion still, even though everybody's charged, is because you get the chance of a Devour, which, if that happens, can be really handy. So let's do this, because we're pretty close to wiping out their top troop. Centurion is no. But if this hits the top troop, then it's going to take out them before they get to cast. And there's 3 hits, so good chance of this. Well, decided to just not hit anybody. How joyous. Right, we are frozen on World Breaker at the moment, but not on purple. You're frozen on the colour, not the troop. Just looking at this yellow alignment first, because I do want to get this cleanse going if I can. But I do want to stop there. The top troop from casting again if I can. Do you want to take things for granted in Guild Wars? And looking at this, we're not frozen on blue. Not that that actually matters, because we're going to do this anyway, so let's go for that. Go for this next. Just I guess a bit like a random skull drop or something. But that's going to be enough now to wipe out the top troop, which is really important. In fact, 3 of them are going to be wiped out here. And that will do. That was quite a nice controlled game there. See what points we picked up. Connect 5. All these bonus points are really important to maximise points in Guild Wars. 1 in 6 turns or less, that's not too bad. So that was 223 points for that, and the daily war total so far was 526. Well, the 4th fight, no choice here, it's the Temple or the Temple. Oh my goodness, this is nasty. Wow. 136 true damage to an enemy and a random enemy. Then create a mix of 20 blue and green gems. So 2 hits from that on any of my troops is going to wipe me out. And with 2 of them, that could get done pretty quickly. And it can obviously recharge and do it again. And Mercy is going to give him a head start, empowered, and transform purple to yellow. Which goes straight into the weapon and Tech Shaka. So, with all those potential 4 matches, there's potential 4 match from that, potential 4 matches from this, and potential 4 matches from that, which all activate Elementalist effect. So still feel I need to keep this weapon. And I think I'll just roll with it again. Because the trouble is, if I switch to a heavy single target hitter, again like Sagittarian, there's too much. I've got to get rid of these 2 first. That's going to take too many casts. So I may as well roll with this and just see if it holds together. I mean, I could change that to something which has a summon, an explodey summony weapon. But again, I don't want to then get like killed by the 4 matches. So, hey, let's go for it. This is going to be a tough one. Right, we are frozen on yellow, so I'm not taking that one first. I'm going to take that first. Centurion is up, which is the good news. The bad news is he has no 4 matches on red, on skulls to the colour. We have to check this. Purple to yellow. It's very important to stop this getting 4 matches, as well as collect mana for us at the same time. Don't want to give many matches if I can. There's no blue either to get my bless prepared. I'll look for any potential cascades into 4 matches. I think this is the only real option. They are going to get a little bit of value out of this. And they cast Mercy, but it's not huge. Okay. I got the handy thing there, that create ×3 wild card when my turn begins. But we got this on this here, so let's go for this. I'm quite tentative about this one. This is something I'd be happy to come away with a win on. We're still frozen on our bottom troop. And there's no skulls on the board at all now. Really could do with getting rid of that freeze. But I feel like this is too good to not do at the same time. I could explode the board, see if I get lucky. Got to do some damage at some point. Let's go for it. Okay, that worked out not too bad. Could really do one of these random Centurion Devours now and again. You can't really cast Centurion unless you got like a match on those skulls. Which I don't have. Right, I think we go for it again. Okay. That's a good thing about exploding the skulls when you've got a storm going. You do have a chance to make stuff happen. I'm not going to take that, because that's going to ruin this alignment here for Centurion. Still no random Devour. Could really do with Centurion chomping one of those attack shackers. Let's do this match this way. Got this again for Centurion. Keep on doing Centurion every single time I can. You can get random skull hits. You can get random cascades. And ideally, I would like Centurion to devour somebody. That would be nice. I'm going to take this green match first, just in case it brings down some brown up top, which could potentially make a skull for Centurion. It's been a bit mean on the skulls. Let's take that. Close, but no cigar. Have to wing it again with our World Breaker. Let's go for it. Getting a bit of luck with these extra turns. That's pretty nifty, but I said it before though, when you've got these storms going, it's always more in your favour. And we've got alignment here on Centurion. pretty close to wiping out that top enemy. In fact, they're burning, so I think this is going to be okay from now on. All right, let's I think that does it. Does it? Let's just double check that. No barriers? Nope. See you later. All right, quite happy to pull through that in the end. Got lucky with a couple of extra turns, but all the while there's a storm going, you've definitely got a better chance of the extra turn. All right, so what did we get from that? Let's take a look. Connect 8 bonus points. Ultimate matching. Some bonus points there. Blinding brutality within 4 turns or less. Domination. 4 allies still alive. 329 points. Daily rewards total 855. And on to the palace. It's the last battle. What we got in store. This when you think it couldn't get any worse than the last one. It does. We've got a double Tac Shaka and a Chrysanthrax team here. So lots of true damage. And that mix with a chance of getting an extra turn. Chrysanthrax, tons of damage to all enemies. Exploding skulls, 10% chance for an extra turn. Stealing life when matching skulls. Reflect and reduce damage from spells by 25%. And Dawnbringer, just to top it all off. The only saving grace about this team is it's not in Elementalist class. That is a good thing. But it's in Archer. So you have to be careful because they're going to entangle the first enemy at the start of battle. Create a leaf storm at the start as well. As well as that 15% chance for skull damage to be lethal. Right. And a 50% start on mana. So they're going to get going pretty quickly. So at least I can change this weapon out now. Not too worried about the entangle. Don't rely on skull hits for this team. I rely on damage and doing it quickly so that weapon can be swapped out. And I'm going to swap it for the Eye of Orion. Because we explode yellow gems, give a random status effect to Divinion Field's allies. Then summon a Divinion Field troop as well. So we can do that. And it does have Peaceful as one of its upgrades, which is going to silence the first enemy. When you silence an enemy, they cannot collect mana and they can't cast spells. So I'm going to roll with that and hope Centurion does enough to get people charged up quickly enough and still rely on the stun, burn, freeze and entangle from Elementalist class to slow things down sufficiently for the enemy. Yeah, I think we have to go for it again. Right, so shall I chuck in an extra Orpheus medal because of that? Trouble is, once we shake off that, I wouldn't mind Deluge either. So what I might actually do is I'm going to change Rock Solid to Deluge, submerge a random ally on 4 to 5 gem matches. That'll make us safe from Chrysanthrax casts, but doesn't hide us from Tac Shaka. But it is what it is. Do I want the extra Orpheus medal? Shake off that entangle as fast as possible. Or the damage more important? No, I'm going to shake off. I'm going to add in another Orpheus medal, I think. Let's grab that first. By adding in a second, or a first Orpheus medal rather, you effectively give yourself double the chance of getting cleansed. It's a 10% chance anyway, and you're basically giving yourself a second 10% chance. So let's dive back in and see what happens. Got a... Oh, move off of that in a hurry. Don't want to be stuck there. Got a summon in this one as well. Alright, let's go for it. Oof. I felt like I was a bit lucky on the last one with those extra turns, but it is what it is. Let's grab a little bit of that as Chrysanthrax. Sturnt bun. Keep on saying sturnt bun. Stun, burnt, frozen and entangled. Right, I do want to get my Centurion up. I'm going to take it this way to get yellow at the same time. Don't want to leave them any blue, red or yellow if I can either, but I can't stop it because they've got some red over there and some blue there if they decide to take it. Oh, those wild cards really help out Attack Shaka. Right, but we've got this on blue. Let's go for it. And we got a Devour for the first time. Happy days. We've got another chance here. Come on. Come on, Centurion. You know you're hungry. No skulls on the board now at all. So let's do some damage then, I suppose. Let's check around for any potential 4 matches first. Let's go for it. Okay. Got this on Centurion. Come on, Centurion, you're hungrier than that. You know you are. Only 1 Devourer in all these casts so far. Hoping to take them to get some alignment on skulls for Centurion, but it's not working. Game is saying no. Alright, let's chuck out some more damage in. We've got Deluge now on 2 of our troops, so they're safe from any Chrysanthrax cast. We are entangled at the moment, so there's no point taking that even if I wanted to. Oh, got this on Centurion. Can't say no to that, and we're eating a second enemy. That's what it's all about. This game is over. We win. 66 to get rid of their Chrysanthrax and leave Takshaka just on a few health points. And it's entangled anyway, so I don't mind actually casting my Worldbreaker. An extra hit there, and that will be that. So yeah, that worked really, really well, that team. And 5-0, everybody's dead day against Assonance. I'm happy with that. Let's take a look at the total score. If you connect 7s there, that's good. See, 9 points for that quick win on turns. Get more bonus points for all allies alive though at the end, which is important. That was 531 points for that, and a total of 1,386. That's not bad, I don't think. Right, well, there it is. There's the video. If you enjoyed it, found it useful or helpful, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button, and feel free to share the video wherever you like. But thanks for watching, and bye for now.